Alright, what's up? I'm just loading up here. Got my good old music on. Just was watching Coachella last night. Crazy stuff. So last night I was able to, last night I was able to get some cool stuff. I showed off a little clip without any microphone for my friend. And music. So, today I'm gonna show off my level with some description. Wait a second, what's going on with that? Show off my, there we go. Show off my game with some description. Shut off the music. Typical. So I got some chat bots loaded, Nightbot loaded into my stream. So that's new. That's what's up. Let's see. Should I put the music back on? No, because I'm gonna import my own music for the game. So that's gonna be very cool. So I'll show you that in a minute. I made it using Logic Pro because I'm a logical pro. I'm a musician, so I was like, hey, I could do this. Here, I got it right here. I already imported it. So play one real quick. Here's another one. So, yeah. Okay. I want to put it on my main menu. Oh, no, on the menu game mode. No. Main game, it says main game, it says main. Didn't I have another place where, I mean, I guess just the UI, then. I thought there was I thought I had it on here. Main game mode, menu game mode. I'll put it on the UI. I had done it before once, so that's why I was confused. So, menu? Yeah. Graph. Oh, actually, you know what would be bad is if you go back and forth to the menu and the music keeps restarting. So yeah, I think I should make it the menu, make game mode. Yeah, so I guess just begin play. Alright. Do you have a music function? No. Sound. Spawn sound 2D or play sound 2D, fire forget. No attenuation, few eye sounds. And I'll have to work with the mix stuff later on. For now, I'm just putting it in to play. So I'll just play. Easy enough. Nothing special. Alright. And then, let's try it. See what happens with one player. That's cool. It keeps playing as I go back and forth between menus. And then it stops right there. So, yeah, it's pretty much ideal. That should only ever happen on the client anyway, because you can only access this when you're not connected to a server, so I don't see any problem with that. And since I'm hosting a game anyway, I'll just pop in there. I may have some crashes if I do things incorrectly because I didn't finish programming stuff, so I'll just...
Welcome to the halls of creation.
Or if I need my Streamlabs set up or anything. That looks good. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Chat is ready to display messages. So anyway, these are just, ignore the swords. And I realized why it was not working correctly was because I have only programmed falchions to do the world save stuff. I don't have any item data on it yet, but you can see it changes end type. If you can use it, it says description. So some sound effects on that is always good. Maybe it's a little loud. I should turn the volume down on that one. Another good thing to know is that my interact works like this. I'm holding down the button, and as I turn around, it selects a different item. I got that from good old Titanic games, but theirs was like kind of led me with a bunch of errors, so I had to clean up the Titanic games code. So if you ever want me to show that off, I will. Need to put sound effects on there too. Okay. And I have to fix the target when you land. But here you go. So this is all placeholder. The rocks don't align properly. See that? From terrain. So the grass I can probably keep. Grass and flowers. Also the trees are, you can't have collision when you use the grass foliage tool. So the trees and rocks are basically placeholder, but the grass and flowers might as well stay. I've got thick grass, trees, and flowers where it's flat ground. And then when it starts to slope a bit, it's only smaller grass. So you see short grass here. Short grass, tall grass, and flowers. So that's all working as intended. And then I've got rocks distributed around on the sand, with the dirt parts, which you can see there. And it comes together very nicely. This is all automatically distributed. Oh shit, I have to plug in my Mac. That's important. And it's not displaying them chat messages, so I might have to check some screens real quick. Let's see. Intermission. Logging into stuff. There you go. Oh, I have to use the app. That's right, I forgot to open that. Alright, cool. Alright, should be good to go. Alright, so I want to work on the exposure here too. I think there's no shadows on this terrain right now. Let's check that out. I was thinking about that last night I was going to bed. I'm like, my landscape didn't have any shadows on it. Make sure I don't spill coffee all over the place. Right on. Let's see, I'm in select mode, so I don't accidentally edit the texture. Shadow 2 side static shadow, far shadow. Is it changing as I fly through? No. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's so flat. That's shadowing there. Oh, it's from straight down right now. Oh, that might just be why, because the lighting itself is like... No, it's coming in from an angle when I play the game. Let's go to the light here. Modulated shadows. Mobile only, atmospheric sunlight. check the lighting channel on this. Wait, doesn't have channels? Oh, it is, because it's getting a shadow from that anyway. It's getting a shadow from that, but is there a self-shadow option? Let me just play again. I'll play from in here. On the map. No.
Welcome.
No loading of characters for now.
Halls of creation.
So like, yeah, lighting in here is sick. Lighting, shadowing, everything in here looks pretty good. Huh. The light is coming through the hair from the fire. Gives accents to the face, that's alright. So let me just see here. I'm gonna put some music and stuff here, but I want to, yeah, okay, it's shadowing from me. It's receiving shadows from me, and it's receiving shadows from the trees. But is it receiving shadows from itself? I don't see that. I want like mountain shadows and stuff. That doesn't look realistic at all. It looks so flat. Like that looks a little bit better. So if anybody's ever worked with this stuff before, feel free to chime in. I do everything noob mode, tutorial mode. I haven't watched any tutorials on landscape shadows. I mean, that shouldn't matter, but that'll stop it from light leaking through the bottom at least. I'm not seeing any difference there. Oh, I probably just haven't built it. I wonder if that'll help. That might take a while though. Let's see how it works. Oh, and a light priority volume. That too. Yeah, let me put a light mask priority volume. Okay. That's a lot of warnings. The max available distance factor. Alright, well, let's just see. Let's go with 0. And let's get that light mask. Let's just, what is this? Creation exit. No, I want one of these. That's my post process, and no. It's my light mass importance volume. Alt and Shift to duplicate and drag the camera with it. Just waiting for it to duplicate. There we go. And to move. Alright, there we go. Those God rays look sick, right? Alright, let's see. This is the importance volume, so I'm just gonna put this on the whole level here. I feel like my music would be nice to listen to again. But I'll put in the background music soon anyway, so I don't want to be tabbing it on and off and repeating from the start over and over again each time. A little bit bigger. Alright. And then Yeah, it's good enough. Alright, and this is for selecting, not this. This is for selecting objects. It's my, oh, that's alignment. This is for selecting objects. So I will have to put this down here as well. And this has various lighting settings in it too, so hopefully that'll make it look snazzy. Shift didn't work there. I was hoping it might. So many mouse clicks. Alright, there we go. Should I just build it like that then? I can't tell if they're high enough. Looks like it's just barely there, that's fine. Alright, I'll build that and I'll start plugging in the music. So I put in some Nightbot stuff, but I don't see it working. So I'll just spam Nightbot commands for a sec. See how this looks. What's the weather like, Nightbot? You know, tell me my PSN and Steam. And how about poll results on both channels? It's not responding. So take the poll if you're watching. Let me know what I should work on. Do I have to tell it to go? Oh, there it is. Okay, it takes a little longer for YouTube reaction. So add me on PSN. Oh look, the PSN thing worked. Okay. Anyway, building lighting 0%. Let's go in here to the logic of the main menu, because I want this song to happen when you get teleported in. Oh yeah, and a sound here. 2 sounds. I did it yesterday, but I had some crashes elsewhere, so I took the sounds off, thinking that it was the sound that was crashing it, but it wasn't. So I'm gonna put them in again. Just attach it to that component. That's cool. Fire 1, and I want it to be quieter. What was the other thing I needed to be? Oh yeah. Let's make this half volume as well. And so this is when I'm exiting creation. This is lighting the body on fire. This is there we go. Yeah, that's key. Nice. Okay. Let's just let's see if that works. And we'll saving while lighting when shaders are compiling, when like thousands of shaders are compiling, and I try to save the level, that has crashed the engine. But while it's building, lighting hasn't been a problem, so that's cool. Put a sound here too. Can I? Oh, this wanted sound attached to that emitter too. And this one is that eject sound from the user interface. That's that sound. And we'll do 0.5 each multiplier. Maybe what if I do it higher instead of lower? Alright. Did I plug in the executable over here? Yeah, I did. Okay, and then let's Spawn loaded character. So I'm overwriting your save game data, getting the location of this based on what your faction is, and setting that as your save game location, and then let's see, what am I doing? Get controller, cast. Where's the destroy? Set visibility. Oh. Wait a second. So then it's just... Oh no, because when you load spawn loaded character, first I just make it invisible so it's still flying in the air, but the first thing this does is destroy your controlled pawn. So that's that. Alright, after this whole thing is done, I want to... Create sound 2D. Play sound 2D. I'm wondering whether this will play on server or how any of this is going to function on multiplayer, so we'll test it out. That's the second song. Alright. And I think I can just test these out, play it, even with not built lighting.
Welcome to the halls of creation.
If you're listening with headphones, you can check out the attenuation and panning of the various sound effects. Oof, that was scary. Huh. See that? It jitters and lags, but it's still... That's probably because of the lighting. It's not crashing, though. That is clutch. So it has nothing to do with that hang up there. The crashing happens when I do bad things in the program. So it's just bug testing. Oh, sound. Fire. Whew. Sweet. So there's no ambiance down here. I need to put an atmospheric sound in this area. Some birds chirping. This is my Batling character. He jumps higher. It's actually better for climbing mountains and stuff. So if you watched the last video, I had difficulty getting up the mountain, but this guy should have no problem. That's why you pick this character. If you see that, this will be insanely tactical. The thing is, his run speed is down here. You can't see it right now, but his run speed is like limited compared to the others. It like raises as slow as a dwarf and lasts as long as an elf. So it's like worst of both worlds or something. Or maybe it raises as fast as a human's or something. It's effective as a human's. I balanced it out somehow. But what you can do is jump higher, so. You like my music? Let me know. Oh, I can't tell if it's playing if I alt-tab out of the program. Let me just turn off my microphone and check. Yeah, it's working. That's cool. Out of the program. Let me just turn off my microphone and check. Yeah, it's true. I got real spaghetti. Which part particularly spaghettifies you? That's cool. I mean, spaghetti is spaghetti. And if you know what it is, I'm not working with anybody else, so. Oops. Turn off my speaker. Sorry about the loop. Is my microphone on? Yeah. So, I mean, this is just, you know, I can move this. What's this? Yeah, I don't need that. I mean, that's mirrored. I know exactly what that is and what that is. Yeah. And then I section things off. This is the spaghetti. That's what you're talking about. That's because I didn't want to do functions when I started. I copied and paste, and I work with each of these individually. I probably will completely redo this as a function at some point, but got the class. This has been throwing me off here when it goes into this. goes down here first, then comes up here. So I added this later. But I think I need to replace this after that in order for this to come off of it cleanly. But it works. Everything works. You just go into, this is to get what you're holding. So I added that after the whole thing. This is neat and tidy, more or less. This is your destroy, spawn, select race, etc. It's a sequence. Possess lastly. And then this is just spaghetti, because I keep adding things. And so basically, once I get the gist of what everything's going to be, I'll wrap it up. But it's fine. Thanks for observing. So, that compile is never going to finish. I mean, the building isn't going to finish in this lifetime, so I'll just continue. I mean, that music was cool, right? Let's put a sound effect in here. I know I heard some good. Let's do. Here we go. No. I think there was like. These are from the Medieval Village pack. So that's stuff I paid for, you know. That'll help me build my starting zone when it's time. Which I might as well just do here, because I can just drag it away from the top whenever I want. Although I should start organizing things into folders before I put too much stuff on the ground. Do you want it to do all aspects of it all at the same time, like you're already working on sounds and all? Yeah, dude. I mean, how else do you think I made a movie all by myself? If you want it done right, welcome to the 21st century, by the way. Go look up YouTube how to do everything. Why do you, like, I don't understand why people frickin' like, depend on others who are just gonna sit on their ass and drink coffee all day and put off your work that matters to you, pay them money, and then deal with shitty results. No, man. Just fucking dedicate your life to this shit. Anyway, let's slap that bar on there. Oh my god, that was so hard. I should have hired a professional. And literally, that's it. But this is what I'm going to do first. I'll play with its settings in a minute, but let's take everything except for the landscape. Let me just organize this. Let's see what we got here. I started organizing it earlier on. As you can see, I've got some organization here. Oh dear. All of this stuff needs to go up into there. This is stuff I've added. Wait, I don't want that, I don't want that, and I don't want a landscape. Those are the only things I've done outside of there. Alright. There we go. Bing! Okay. Let's call it Start 01. My first playtest continent. Oh, thank you. Let me see your comments. Like whatever works for you, of course. I'm just making the basics for starters, and then adding all the finishing touches in the end. What's the movie you made, though? It's called Ngrams. I'll type it in the... Oh, I should make a custom command on Nightbot to spam a link to the Amazon page. But you can watch it on Amazon Prime if you're subscribed. Thank you very much, though, by the way, for not hating. I didn't mean to overreact, but that's generally the outlook of most people in life, if you found, is that there's a whole bunch of people who are stuck with the old way of doing things that realize perhaps that us new people doing things the new way is actually taking away from their tired old status quo, and so they fight against this because they're stuck in their rut and they can't bother to learn how to do things the new way. So that's why you have things like the oil industry, the military-industrial complex, mainstream media, just floundering around. Like, I mean, look at Napster. What was that now? 20 years ago? More? and you just barely got Spotify. I mean, come on, right? 20 years for them to come up with Spotify. Give me a break. 20 years. 20 years. Just, what? It took 20 years for someone. Alright, there we go. Just bloop. Why isn't it plooping? And there we go. Gotta grab it first. And there we go. Let me move them both up a little bit. It's probably too. Okay, that's good. Now I can do this. And let's play with it. Override attenuation. There you go. Now you see this circle here. So radius and fall off distance is really all I need to mess with. Whoa. Let's make it like they're mostly. Maybe I should put a couple of them, right? Put one for each of these little areas. Fade out a bit more. I had that music stuck in my head, my own music. Let's go check it out in a sec. Make another one maybe? Yeah, let's just duplicate. Alt-Shift. Oh, it's just very slow. Slow moving. And put one here. Now they're overlapping. So I probably want to decrease the radius. I can't do it on both simultaneously like that. Let's do that, and they take this one. I get coming saying, I never thought I'd succeed making a game, but managed to release something on Steam rather successfully a while ago. Oh, that's awesome. ASDSDSDSDSDS497. I really like your username, by the way. What's your real username, internet handle, or whatever? What's your game called? I'll put one more up here. Alright, let's try that. And like really, that's awesome to hear people that do things on their own and having success. I mean, I sold my movie, but I'm not gonna see a dime from it for a while, and when I do, it's probably gonna literally be a dime. And I'm not hating on my company. My company that I signed with is amazing. That's just the way of the industry. Hopefully they make some money that tells them, hey, signing this guy was a good idea. Let's work with him again. Oh, that was sick. And they financed my next movie. Oh yeah, you feel that? Alright now. Now we got some gameplay. It's a little loud. I think I turned down the volumes. Yeah, it's really loud. Even though it's an ambient sound. Oh, I guess because it's at max volume anytime you're in here. It would be better to make them like individual per tree. I'll probably make a blueprint that has a nature ambient sound effect for a tree later on when I'm doing actual trees. But here you can see it's kind of fading out. Yeah, it's fading out nicely. It's actually kind of cool. Because it's multiple bird sounds, so maybe I shouldn't put it on each tree. It'll get nauseating when you're in a forest. You like my gravel flow paths? I should turn down the frequency of those timers. Just give me a second. Gotta make 30 minutes and 4 lines. Alright, so I didn't change it on the Twitch, but no one's in Twitch, so that's fine. We got YouTube viewers to care for here, so that Nightbot won't spam as much. Yeah, this is super flat. I mean, it's built-up lighting, so that's what I can expect, right? We'll see how it looks when it's done. But here, the birds are getting louder. Did you see that? Oh, Unreal Engine. It's all about that mountain skiing. Oh yeah, keep going. Oh yeah, check it out, check it out. Jesus. So I have some tweaking to do with the jumping physics, obviously. Or maybe like the is falling animation. Can I get up there? Come on. This is what gaming is to me. There we go. Woohoo! It's a me, a Dritsa Dawerden. Just one up here for the hell of it. You don't hear any birds anymore. But if I go down here, it's nice. I need footstep sounds, different types of materials to make different types of footstep sounds. Like footstep sounds as a whole project unto itself, so it's not something I'm just gonna slap in there. And also, in fact, I need to learn how to do settings. This music is very much, sound effects are very much placeholder for now. I can't go slapping them all over the place. This is just to make a nice area to work on gameplay in. That's at least has some ambiance to show that it's a real game and not just like, you know, the Unreal Engine starter level. Because I don't want to go building a whole level with all these sound effects and stuff, and I haven't even done my menu to control volumes. So for now, like that variable that you set in your menu will multiply whatever the volume settings are, so that's important to do before you go slapping volumes all over. Then you have to go adding this variable to all of the sounds that you slapped all over the world. So for now, that's good for that. Building lighting is 0%. Let's see, what was I going to do besides that? Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay. So vote on my poll, guy. I got a poll in Twitch that's for whether I should do the human lands first or the dark elf lands first, like, you know, court or tribe. And I have a poll on YouTube that says whether I should work on player housing or vehicles, mounts first. Because
Welcome to the
so let me explain how the game itself is going to go. This part right here. This is like D&D, 5th edition. Digger. Wow. You start in the wilds of the Phalanx because you're court or tribe. The faction determines which side you start on. Origin type determines. Ooh. It exits when you walk away from the menu. Forgot about that. Imnihil Grotto is the name of the place the drows start at. So if I were to take blacksmith as... Turn down my own headphones, it's really loud. There we go. And if I go here, blacksmith again. This starts in Highland Crossing, so that's where the human main first starting town's gonna be. In the Freelands. If I was a cave digger, would the wilds of the freelance. So you're either in the wilds or the town, based on what type. Highland Crossings, the wilds, Traveler, the wilds, Free Citizen, Highland Crossings, and these are all divvied up by type. So these start with, your Vagabond starts with money and nothing. So this is like, you know, Vagabond, this is like your, I'm gonna do it myself type player mentality. Adventurer, however, they start in the wilds. An adventurer is the same idea, but starts in the town. So, yeah, good old standard adventurer. I don't want to start with no stinking occupation. Ooh, look at the lighting on his face. That shit is legit. I'm telling you. This game looks good. I don't know if you can tell through the stream, but anyway. So then you've got Traveler will start in the wilds, but this is a material and then plans for a house and some money. So Traveler, you start with a house, and that's it, in the wilds. You can throw down your house and start doing what you do. Maybe you interact with other players for your income. I don't know. Free Citizen, similar, starts with money in the town, but instead of in the wilds with a house, you start in with a room key to sleep in the taverns. This is more of like a play it safe. So Free Citizen, this is like, you know, medieval times, you got serfs and stuff. So Free Citizen, this is someone that's like Care Bear without being offensive. Just like, yeah, you want to play the game, start in town, have a room, but you don't have to like protect your house from invaders or anything. You're in the town, you're safe. Free Citizen. Settler, start in the wilds with materials and plans for a house, but you, instead of money, you start with materials and plans for a farm and farming tools. So this is your gatherer type. You got Settler. So this is someone you might go out, start a house, start a farm, go out there, and then come back to town and sell the stuff that you've grown to get money. Serf starts in town, materials and plans for a house. So this is the same idea as a Settler, but in town again instead. So wait a second, in the town with, I might change that. Serf starts with a room in a tavern or something. Well, I was thinking of making this as like you're like a real serf. You have your own house, but it has to be inside the. I guess it doesn't have to be inside the bounds of the town, but this gives you like permission to build in the town. Miner, the wilds with a house and forge and mining tools. Blacksmith in town with room in the blacksmith's guild. I'm using guild in the historical sense here, not a player guild, but as a building with an NPC and stuff like that, with materials for a forge and blacksmith style tools. So you've got, you know, you can mine in the wilds or blacksmith in town, and these are just starting points. As soon as you have enough money to buy a house, you can go out and plop your house in the wilds. Just similarly, just as soon as you have enough money to join the guild, you can go rent a room at the guild. So these are just how you start playing. So the Lumberjack starts in the wilds with workshop and Lumberjack's axe. You can build housing stuff. And the Carpenter starts in the guild in town with plans for workshop and Carpenter's tools. Is that the same? Workshop, Lumberjack's axe, workshop, Carpenter's tools. I have to figure out what the difference is. Basically, it's like building versus chopping. So you either procure and sell, then buy the tools to build with, you know, as the next step. Wilds. So here you go. This is my vehicle. So I'm talking about an apothecary would start in the wilds with no home. You start with a cart, alchemist's tools, and some money. So you go around gathering herbs and making potions and go to towns and sell them as your starting routine to make some money. So empath. This is like old school role in games. Gemstone 3. Highland Crossings in the freelance. You start in town with a house, alchemist tools, and some money. So these both are basically healers, if you will, alchemist tools. So this doesn't say that you have to use healing magic. This is just starting you with the ability to make healing potions and some money in town. So anyone could be an empath, and in fact I'll make it possible to gain the title of empath even if you don't start as one. And the same with all these. These are just titles that you gain by achieving games and goals in games, and then you can call yourself the Cave Digger if you want. If you build a workshop, Mason's tools. So this one starts with materials and plans for stone walls in the wilds as opposed to a house. The cave digger, so you literally just build in a cave. You got a cave. Stonemason starts in town with room in the guild, and for the Mason's Guild with materials and plans for workshop. Mason's also same idea as cave digger, starting in town. Trader starts with cart money and trade goods as opposed to the apothecary, which starts with the healing stuff. This is like your trader. You just want vehicle, and you're gonna go from town to town and buy and sell. There's no, I'm not gonna do a freaking, I'll do an auction house, but I'll do it for real. I'll do a real auction house, not some freaking user interface. That's stupid. User interface. Like it'll be, maybe there's a user interface to put your money up for auction, but then there will be an event. There will be an auction event where people have to be there to bid on it. And you have to travel to go there to bid on it. Maybe NPCs will bid on it. Maybe there'll be an automatic process like that. That would be cool, wouldn't it? So you could start in town with a cart and some money and a room in a tavern, so that way. I'm not sure about the cart part there. Maybe, actually, you know what I should do is say like a shop. Because I want you to be able to turn your character into an NPC that just stands there and sells whatever he's holding. So maybe you have to have a shop to do that. Alright, then you can start as a warrior with, you know, weapons, armor, a house in the wilds, or a fighter with room in the barracks in town with weapons and armor. So that's if you just want to play the game like a good old, you know, typical action game. You got that. I got a hunter. Is anybody watching right now? Let me see what's going on. Hello, world. What's up, Zoltos? Or maybe he's gone. So the hunter starts with weapons, armor, some money, but no home. So you're not bound to, you're more of like a roaming warrior. And similarly, the mercenary doesn't have a home, but starts with weapons, armor, and money in town. So you could just, you're not bound to starting and staying there. You can just roam around and adventure. Monk starts with plans for monastery in the wild with the holy symbols. This gives you access to starting to learn magic. Same with this in town, room in the cathedral. A hermit starts with arcane books and materials and plans for a tower in the wild. So that's your arcane mage path, hermit and scholar. So this starts in room in a university in town with arcane books. That's how you start learning magic. And yeah, that's all the starting options. And these aren't classes, these are just what you start with. But it hugely modifies your gameplay, but doesn't modify your character. Really. I mean, the other stuff here does. This is just text description. Red eyes. Why not? You never actually see the freaking eyes on a character, per se, when you wear armor and stuff. This is more of a descriptive, like, you know, red-eyed. Like, you might have blue eyes, but be red-eyed. You know why. Perplexing? Perplexing eyes. See, so it's just for the look-at description. So I put look-at things on each of these so you can see the race. Now I have to admit, I was influenced highly by Dragon Realms, the mud text-based game. How's my running animation? Looks alright. I was thinking of working on that next, the bow-leggedness. It's just weird. Very good, females work. Yeah, see, that's really weird on her. So it's just... I'll see about that. Ooh, the avian jumps higher. Ta-da. Got shadow lighting. Building lighting is still not done. Alright. Got music in. I showed off what I want to do with background types and gameplay. So basically the idea is once you teleport out of here, you'd start with that equipment in your backpack, and you just get to playing, building your world. And I'll have a world built there first, and the idea is that it's a world that you can interrupt and interact with and modify. And since it's not an MMO where it's one server with thousands of players, you really have explicit influence over the story. I'll allow you to completely fuck up the plot line just by killing the wrong character right at the start, and your whole world is just different from other people's. That is going to be fun. going from server to server and see how did they mess up with the storyline. How was theirs weird? Like, oh my god, that guy's a paragon in this world? Like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, that's gonna be cool. So that's my hopes and dreams for this place. Close. Ooh, I gotta fix that. Huh, look at that. This thing's still here. Yeah, bugs. So it's gonna be a long way, but is this more fun to me than playing an MMO that sucks? So I'm gonna pause the stream, let this build, the lighting. Because I want to see how that lighting looks, and I don't want to mess with too much stuff while it's working. So, thanks for checking this out. My favorite followers. Peace.